Hey guys, what's going on? This is Market Omega back at it again this Friday with another weekly recap. I'll be going over standout trades from this week, so without further ado, let's jump right in. All right, so pretty much this week has been really slow, right? With the exception of today and yesterday when we had these crazy, midday runners. So I'd like to start it off with the SPY. So just give me 1 second here. Let me get this off. So the SPY, you guys know I've been calling for 420 by the end of the month, by the end of April. Target is 420. I've been calling for that for months now, right? So on this day, we actually came all the way up to about 417.91, and then it's just basically that was a short term top, right? Now, a lot of people were panicking and all of that, and I kept saying, hey, look, this thing is gonna go back up, right? We're gonna keep going back up. Biden came out yesterday and proposed a tax increase of 40, I think it's like 43% for anybody making over $1 million a year. That's crazy. That's just insane. And the tax increase is capital gains tax, right? So normally the capital gains tax, I believe it's about 15%, 20%, but to double that to 40%, I mean, that's crazy. And so I mean, in my opinion, I think it's going to end up tapering back because there's going to be strong opposition from Republicans as well as some Democrats. So they're going to have to revise that. So maybe they might come up with a resolution where they might increase the income threshold. So instead of $1 million, maybe it'll be like 5 or 10 million. Or they might just come down from that 40%, maybe take it up to about 25% or something. But even that is still high. I mean, that's high, in my opinion. Anyway, so just to recap some of the stocks we had this week, nothing major. I mean, I'm not really going to waste my time just going through all of these stocks because a lot of those stocks didn't really have anything, good. On the 20th, we had FSR. The stock was popping up, basically. I think I did a red to green on that. I don't remember. I think I probably got a red to green on that pop right there. The stock has been beaten down. There's a lot of bag holders and it's highly shorted, but I think I got a trade right there. And then right here on this day, I actually called out this symmetrical triangle formation right there. I didn't take this, but because I actually thought this was going to break from the open, but it ended up doing it around this time. So I missed it. I wasn't at my desk when this move happened. If I was, I probably would have gotten a nice little gain from that. Okay, so that's that. What else do we have? We had WBT. WBT was a stock that was running up. This stock basically is a high IO stock, but you guys know a lot of these high IO stocks, when the institutions come out to play, they bring out the big guns. Okay, so just because the stock is high IO doesn't mean it's an automatic short. But I got some trades up on these dips right here on WBT and the opening drive. So that was a good trade. And then we had OCGN. So OCGN, it's pretty much nothing was moving this week. Like it was so dead. It was so dead. And this week was basically an exercise in discipline, right? You had to exercise discipline this week, and when there are no trades, you don't trade anything. So OCGN came out of nowhere yesterday. It was a gapper, right? But nobody was really paying too much attention. We can see right here, they basically did like a red to green and then broke out in after hours, right? And in pre-market on Thursday, just gapped down and, everybody left it alone. And then this thing just came out and did a red to green and went crazy. And then Power Hour just went insane. I mean, it went from like $7 all the way to $10. This was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. And then today was the same thing, right? You're having this crazy move right there, Okay, I've traded OCGN a couple times here on the dips. I just bought long the dips and sold the rips on that. Now, I actually think we might get a similar action to yesterday. So I think we might just come around like this and then break this highs and then just keep going. Because there's a whole lot of room on OCGN. So this is my top watch. Today we had OCGN, we had SYPR. SYPR, man, I didn't even care too much about it. I wasn't paying attention, but this thing just came out of nowhere. I had a lot of overhead resistance, so I didn't care too much about it, but it broke out right here from 420s all the way to 570s, and it's got this crazy drop right there. I mean, if you were holding this thing, right, if you were holding this thing from this 560, 570 area, you'd have just gotten smoked. I mean, this is a huge drop. So, because this thing has pulled back so much, I actually think the move might be over. There's some support coming back around that 450s area, but that's a crazy drop. NKLA, so we traded NKLA yesterday. I actually got in on the red to green right there. The stock was heavily shorted, and it's one of those names where the Wall Street bets guys are looking at it. They're paying attention to this thing. So NKLA, I basically got long on the red to green. Got the pop, pullbacks, long in the dips. So that's how I traded NKLA yesterday. Today I was actually hoping for something similar, but we got this little pop right there, and then it's just straight up fade. SKLZ is a big disappointment. The stock has just been a crazy disappointment. I actually thought that we would get a nice mover breakout over this 1830 area, and we have room all the way up over 1920s, 1940, and this thing hasn't really done much. Okay, and let's see, who's the underwriter with Jefferies? So yeah, Jefferies. So this is the thing with Jefferies, right? I talk about this in the room. Jefferies is one of those underwriters that comes out and like they put out this price targets, right? They always come out with a ridiculous price target. I mean, in this case, it was price target was 17, right? But they come out a lot of times. HCW, it's Wainwright, HC Wainwright, and Jefferies. They usually come out with price targets that are crazy. And usually what happens is the stock would open, maybe pop a little bit, and then just fade the whole day. Or a lot of times it could just open and just fade, all day fader. And they use that as a source to dump shares. That from what I noticed from their coverage, the stocks that they cover for the last few months, it's just what they do. I don't know. They've just been doing that. So a lot of times when I see Jefferies or HCW, I'm just automatically leaning short biased on the name. All right, so what else do we have? We had TKAT. TKAT was one of the movers yesterday. I mean, this thing just came out of nowhere. It was like a midday runner, right? So you would have made some good money if you just got in on the dips right there, along the dips or the rips. And then today we had a continuation, but it's kind of been chopping around. Now I do expect this thing to rip later on today. TKAT always has these moments where it just kind of like chops around today, and out of nowhere, there's this volume comes in and this thing just goes nuts, right? Plus it's forming this nice wedge pattern right there, which I do like, but I just don't like that it's gotten low volume. So just keep that on watch, guys. Keep TKT on watch. That's for today. And then MVIS, this thing has been on a tear. This is ridiculous. MVIS is just crazy. Now, the stock has been beaten down on the daily chart. And, from 29s, now this thing is ripping back. There's some major resistance coming up. So I think this is going to be a multi-day runner. It's possible that we're going to have multiple opportunities to trade this thing. And then BTX was one of those stocks from yesterday that just ripped, right? It got halted, reopened, dipped, ripped, and then close to power hour, we got this major run, right? And then today it continued the same thing. Rip, and now let's pull back. Now, BTX, I think it's going to pull kind of like the same thing it did yesterday. Maybe around that power hour time, we got a crazy run. I would like BTX to hold above 18. So right now it's around that 16.14. If it can actually hold above 18, maybe actually 17.60s. If we can hold above like 17.60 area, then we can have a move where it basically runs, takes out the high of day, and then just keeps on going. Okay. And then what else do we have? So crypto has been crazy. So a lot of people have been talking about these, this it's just been like this alt season thing, right? But not the alt season for the majors, the alt season for like these, small cap cryptos, right? And this past few weeks, we've had Dogecoin has been like the craziest. I mean, Dogecoin just went nuts. It went like from it's like 4 cents, 5 cents, all the way up to about 45 cents, and it's pulled back since then. So I actually got long some Dogecoin, and then I'm just gonna keep that on watch right there, Doge. And then what else? Now there's been some other crazy cryptos out there. Safe Moon. There is Moon, Mars Moon. There's Scam Coin, and these are like fractions of a penny, right? It's like 0.0003. It's 0.00001, and then they're going up thousands of percent. So I mean, obviously, eventually those things are going to come crashing down. I mean, they have no use case. There's no use case. There's no branding of those names. Are usually just scams. So, I'm going to keep my eye on one of those. And I could throw a couple thousand in there, maybe a couple hundred, whatever, and just try to ride a wave. So, this is not investment advice. Do not invest more than you're willing to lose. So for me, this is just money I'm willing to lose, right? So that's that. We're just gonna keep an eye on the market for next week. Hopefully, this momentum that we've gotten the last 2 days in the small caps spills over to next week. Normally, historically, what happens is whenever we have historically, the market goes crazy from like November to about April. The small cap market is crazy. And then in the summer, it's just dead, right? Now, with the exception of last summer when we got the stimulus. Last summer was crazy. Now, when in the spring, if the spring is slow, then the summer is going to be hot. So the last month, I mean, February was kind of so-so. March was slow for the small caps, and definitely April is slow. So next week, so we have about a week left for the end of this month. So next week, we're going to see what action we get. If it's still slow, then, we're going to have to look forward to May and June. So the summer, when the spring is slow, the summer usually picks up. Okay. So guys, that's that. That's that for the weekly recap. There wasn't really much to talk about because we didn't have a lot of action. Okay, so just keep an eye as far as today. If I think these stock BTX is going to do something crazy, and OCGN might do something crazy as well, and then MVIS as well. Okay, guys, feel free to subscribe. MarketOmegaTrades.com. The link is in the description, guys. I usually get on the mic before market opens. I'm there pre-market, giving you guys the game plan, going through the gappers, going through the news, and formulating a game plan for everybody so we can trade off of the plan. And then I stay on the mic for about 2 hours, and then when I get off the mic, I have somebody else get in there, and he has a whole different strategy as I do. So in the chat room, you have multiple perspectives on stocks, So you guys know I'm usually bull biased. That guy is a bear, so you can get different perspectives. And we have a few guys in there that trade options, and have guys in there that trade large caps. And we also have a channel for crypto. So we talk about crypto a lot. You guys know crypto is big. I love crypto. I'm in crypto. I've been in crypto for years, and I'm not going anywhere. All right. So feel free to subscribe, MarketOmegaTrades.com, and follow me on Twitter at MarketOmega. Usually post my ideas on everything from stocks to cryptocurrencies, sports, and just life in general. Okay, guys, I'll catch you guys next week for another weekly recap. Oh, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel, Market Omega. Hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you get notified every time I upload new content. All right, guys, have a wonderful weekend. Take care of yourself, take care of your family, and I'll catch you guys next week with another weekly recap. Take care.